So how does 6 weeks of annual leave sound every year? Pretty good, hey? There are fresh calls for that to become reality in Australia sooner rather than later.
Workplace expert Jonathan Wolfrey joins us now live from Perth. Jonathan, good morning. You say it's time to rip the Band-Aid off. Why that expression?
Oh, look, I think it's been something that has not changed since 1970. We made good advancements in the 20th century towards giving more annual leave to people, and it hasn't changed for 50 years. But the workplace pressures that people are experiencing right now are significant. Mental health, well-being, juggling two-parent working families, 24/7 work, people at home responding to their bosses. A lot of legislation is put before Parliament this year, but I think there's a simple solution. It's give people, all people, the flexibility to provide them more annual leave to manage all these complex situations, to make sure they're looking after their mental health.
There has been a lot of talk about, say, for example, a 4-day work week instead of a 5-day work week. Why is annual leave a better option than that?
Look, a 4-day work week doesn't work for everyone, and it doesn't work for every business. Their operations are different. They work in different ways. Some people don't like to work in that particular way. So the good thing about 4-day work weeks is the evidence is showing that people are significantly more productivity and nothing is lost by working 4 days a week. But if we shift that to annual leave, it's not a case of haves and have-nots. Everyone, whether they're working in an office, whether they're working in a face-to-face environment where they can't work from home everywhere, anyone can benefit. They can use it in a way that suits them. And it's much more flexible and less imposed on many employers.
I guess the counter-argument to all of this is around productivity and it being a handbrake on productivity. Do you think it'd be impacted?
Look, it's a really good question, Clint, and I think it's something that we can't shy away from, particularly for small businesses and things that really do it tough in these environments. But I would just say that productivity has been struggling as it is, and other things aren't fixing it. So the number of hours that people sit at a desk does not always equal more work, more output. People bring their personal life to work. They're thinking about picking up their kids. They're thinking about chores they have to do. Freeing people up so that they have more flexibility to manage their life has them working better, coming to work more engaged and able to concentrate on their work. So I think the evidence that comes through, such as things emerging from the 4-day work week, will show that what we lose in regards to people sitting at a desk at work or turning up to work will be gained more so from people turning up to work and being able to do their work better.
We do know that businesses, particularly small businesses, are under pressure, and this would, for many of them, be an extra cost, say hiring casuals to fill the gap. The Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry says that extending these entitlements will mean a surge in costs for employers. What do you think about that?
I think a surge is putting it pretty broadly. Look, if we look at 1 week, we're talking about just over 2%. If we're looking at 2 weeks, which I'm proposing, we're talking about 4.5%. If we look last year, inflation 7-8%, wage growth 3 or 4%. So already workers are losing money basically in relative terms and things like that. So we're not talking about a big amount. I do understand that it does cost businesses, particularly some, but I would say in some organisations, it won't cost directly for the organisation. They will find that they don't need to replace the person. I understand in some areas they do. They won't need to replace people, and the work will still get done. People, just before they go on leave, they work hard to get things sorted out. Before the weekend, people work hard to get things sorted out. So it's not going to be a dramatic cost to many organisations. Those that may be more impacted and affected, yeah, of course, we need to make sure that we get this system right. But I reckon it's a little bit dramatic in some respects to say that it's going to have a significant impact.
Look, it's a conversation worth having. Thanks so much for joining us. Jonathan Wolfrey there live for us in Perth.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?